Guys, welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. Today, Senator Abaribe was being interviewed, and he took time to x-ray the present day government and also to talk about the position of his party, PDP, with the defection of Governor Umahi to APC, and made some very valid points, which we are going to look at in details. But first of all, let's look at what he said about the present government. He talked about that the government from inception has failed woefully, and according to him, he said there is no way that the government can cover up all of that. Stated some instances where they had to, talk to the government and all of that. But first of all, let's look at the news and also look at the reactions of Nigerians in respect to that interview, and then we go into further analysis. Senator Eninaya Abaribe believes the present Muhammadu Buhari government has failed the country, insisting that there is no way to paper over their failures. According to him, he said that the party PDP has its position, and the position is very simple. This government has failed, the senator says. According to him also, he said, you don't have any other way of trying to cover it. You can say all the rhetorics, you make all the propaganda, you can go ahead and try to pull the wool over the eyes of the people. But the answers protest shows a failure of this government. It is not that it's just failing now. The Senate minority leader accused the government of failing to listen to advice from the opposition and always seeing every council as an opposition that should be crushed. According to him, he said it has been failing all along, and we have been continually pointing it out. On the floor of the Senate, I have always spoken. You are not getting it right. The only problem we have with this government is that advice to them is opposition, so they need to crush. They just think that in the 21st century, that with all the information we have, with all the contacts that we have with the rest of the world, that people would just continue being suppressed as they used to do in Stalin countries, formerly the Soviet Union, or in North Korea and all that. While reacting that Buhari administration has failed in delivering development to the nation, he further stated that all we are waiting for is to throw out this government in the next election. Now, what is the reaction of the people towards this statement made by Abaribe that the present government has failed? We are going to look at that, what the people have to say. And this one say, you go to school and you don't know the meaning of fail. 16 years, what are infrastructure can you pinpoint that this is what PDP government did to the southeast? Because I am seeing it now. What do you mean that APC has failed because it refused to make individual corrupt riches through appointment, and that's why both of you with important appointment during PDP to ask for good road. What this person is writing, I seem not to really understand. But let's step forward, read another person's reaction. This one says here, but how do we survive till 2023? To me, it is a suicidal mission because Buhari can do the worst and simply disappear before 2023. Buhari needs to be thrown out of office, and it only requires force because he is not ready to listen to anyone. And another person here says, and what has Buhari to Nigeria if not his only plan is to dish out this country via loans to other countries? Can hear what people are saying there. This one says it's very good for blind, backward thinking Nigerians. He said it's very good for blind, backward thinking Nigerians. How was fuel and dollars when these people came in? The only man standing, all in a whole South have been either intimidated with blackmail or brought out, but God passed them. So many reactions from people, but I feel that it's needful for us to just, talk about what Abaribe said. I listened to the interview, and I tell you the whole truth. A lot of things were made clearer than we have ever heard. The truth of the matter is that PDP, if we must say PDP fell, I want to ask a question. I'm very objective. Maybe you are an APC person or whatever, but I just want to make this very clear. And please, I want it to be objective enough so that when you're reacting in the comment section, you know what you are saying. No hate word, don't forget that. All right, now looking at this current administration, if you say PDP failed Nigerians, now what will you say about this current government? That's the question I always like to throw out. Because if as at the time that PDP left power and we talk about insecurity, let's be so real. Insecurity now, compared to when PDP was in power, if you're comparing, well, how does it really look like? Because for me, if I must tell you the whole truth, insecurity now is getting worse. Poverty now is getting worse. Kidnapping, banditry, the grip of these so-called guys who are into insurgency is getting tougher by the day. And what troubles the mind most is the fact that despite deliberate requests by all and sundry, ranging from even those who are lawmakers who are not even in the opposition, requesting that the service chief should be changed, up till today, nothing has been done about it. And the status quo is still there. We realize that Nigerians on a daily basis seems to be overly frustrated when it comes to the issue of, insecurity. Now, this same issue of insecurity has triggered up another very serious issue, which is inadequate food supply. We just heard some few days. If you check our feed, you're going to see that particular news where the food suppliers in the north are saying that when they go in and plant, for them to even harvest their crops, they have to pay the insurgents, that's the banditry. You have to pay them as much as 400,000, 500,000 naira before they can allow you to harvest your product. No wonder right now in the southeast, in the southwest, in the south, onions are going for as much as small onions going for 100 naira. Sometimes just 3 onions, you are paying as much as 200 naira. It has never been like this before. Okay, let's look at the current thing that is staring on our face, which has dragged global attention. The issue of this NSAS. What happened on the 20th of October? Up till today, Nigeria is still trying to settle this issue. We are hearing different versions of the story. Today, there was no military there. Tomorrow, they were there. They did not even shoot. The next tomorrow is that actually they used blank bullet to shoot. After a while, it wasn't even them. They were even giving water to the protesters. A lot of stories. Now, CNN came up with something, and they were saying they brought out a video. A lot of things were uncovered. The federal government, via the mouth of Lai Mohammed, said that they are brilliantly, they are brilliantly being stupid and all of that. That's different people were saying that, and also they said that they are going to sanction CNN. Now the question is, if what CNN has brought out is actually not what Nigerians expect to see, or what is not even right, can the federal government show the whole world, say, okay, this is the whole story, this is how it all started, these are the evidence we have to show, and bring a video that will contradict the other video? Because the other video, the way we are deliberately disputing that video is as if it was actually Nollywood film. It was just Nollywood film that we saw there. It was maybe possibly during that period of NSAS, there was a film that was acted there, and some miscreant pick up that film and use it to show to the international community. So, okay, so you bring the real thing now so Nigerians can see. So you now notice that everything that Abaribe had said is actually the truth. Today, Nigeria is faced with so much situation in our hands that we do not even know what will be the fate of this country come 2023. Guess what? Ask an ordinary Nigerian who knows a lot of things that is happening in the country, that by 2023 we will be having another election. People are screaming that it's too far, it's too far, the way things are going. Look at the budget that has been brought before Nigerian. some huge trillions that must be used to finance the budget. And right now, already we have so much money to pay off, and Nigerians is still intending to step out there and borrow money. We are now borrowing money from from people that even me, when I heard of Brazil, I was like, huh? Is Brazil that powerful that they can even borrow Nigerian money with the huge population that they have? They still can save and keep and borrow it to Nigeria. We are talking about from now that we are going to be importing fuel from Niger. Haba, when did all of this start? The government, when they came on board, they told us that on a yearly basis they will be building refineries and all of that. But today we are talking about going to Niger to import fuel. Ah, this is really serious. Giant of Africa is now becoming like a toddler of Africa. These things need to be fixed. We need to wake up. Nigerians need to wake up. The government needs to listen to the people. That's the only way out. Imagine if we are going to borrow to finance 2021 budget, borrow to finance 2022 budget, possibly borrow to finance 2023 budget. Where will Nigeria be in the next 10 years? It's troubling, my brother. I like to leave it there. Based on what Abaribe has said, that this government has failed, and everything is said about Umayu.